Morning, everybody. Hope you're all okay. We're on Friday's English. Today, what we're going to be doing is writing a diary entry. Bit more of an extended write today, but still continuing with that theme of the seaside. We're going to be writing a diary entry as if you've had a wonderful day at the seaside, with family and friends. And explaining what you've been up to. We're also going to try to incorporate some alliteration within our writing to make it that bit more effective. Okie doke. So, things that you might want to include in your seaside diary entry. You might want to say that you had a nice relax on a deck chair, you could feel the sun, you could hear the waves, you could smell the fish and chips. Other things, I've got this picture down here. So on here we can see a kite, we've got a lighthouse, we've got the children playing with the ball at the bottom, an umbrella, we've got a cruise ship in the back. There's so much that you can put into this diary entry, so much description, and lots of wonderful things to include. On here we've got a bucket and spade, which you'd use to make your sandcastles. You might go paddling in the rock pools and you might find a starfish. So let's get going. Let's write an example together. Let me just get this writing a little bit smaller. Okay. Yeah, it's not too bad. So start it off. You don't have to start it off, do you, diary? If you don't want, you could just say, today I had the best day ever, exclamation mark. I went to the seaside with, and then you could say anyone, you could say your friends, with my, I'm going to go mum, dad and little brother. So now I want you to start thinking about when you get to the seaside, what you can smell, what you can hear, what you can feel. So when we arrived at the sea, when we arrived at the seaside, I could hear the crashing waves and could smell you could smell the salty air, you could smell, I'm going to go and could smell scrumptious fish and chips. Where did this go down there? Chips. Exclamation. So let's just check. Today I had the best day ever. I went to the seaside with my mum, dad and little brother. When we arrived at the seaside, I could hear the crashing waves and could smell scrumptious fish and chips. We started the day by building so I'm going to think about my alliteration here, some super sand castles. 2 words for that one. Super sand castles and paddled in the rock pools. Rock pools. Okay, let's check it. Today I had the best day ever. I went to the seaside with my mum, dad and little brother. When we arrived at the seaside, I could hear the crashing waves and could smell scrumptious fish and chips. We started the day by building some super sandcastles and paddled in the rock pools. So we've got alliteration so far is super sandcastles. Might just need to get one more example in at some point. So at lunchtime, Mum let us have our own fish and chips and a can of fizzy drink. After this, my brother and I, so thinking back to those pictures, what could you do? So they've built sandcastles, they've had fish and chips. After this, my brother and I went to explore the rock pools a bit more. We found, what did they find in the rock pool? We found tiny fish, an orange starfish, and a crazy crab that scuttled away. So I've got one more example of alliteration in there. Scroll down, sorry. As the sun started to go down, Mum told us to pack everything away. It was such a good day beside the sea. Okie doke. Let's just read through one more time. Today I had the best day ever. I went to the seaside with my mum, dad and little brother. When we arrived at the seaside, I could hear the crashing waves and could smell scrumptious fish and chips. We started the day by building some super sandcastles and paddled in the rock pools. At lunchtime, Mum let us have our own fish and chips and a can of fizzy drink. After this, my brother and I went to explore the rock pools a bit more. We found tiny fish, an orange starfish and a crazy crab that scuttled away. As the sun started to go down, Mum told us to pack everything away. It was such a good day beside the sea. So, going to try just to pop in a couple more adjectives because I don't feel that I've used a lot. I've got scrumptious, got crashing. Yeah, I've got a few. When we arrived at the seaside, I could hear the crashing waves. After this, I went to. I'm going to put excitedly, and that's a bit more alliteration there. My brother and I went to excitedly explore the rock pools, found a tiny. Actually, I've not done too bad with adjectives saying that. As the sun started to go down, Mum told us to pack everything away. It was such a good day beside the sea. Okay, so remember to check your work, read through, try your best as you always do, and I look forward to reading your diary entries at the end of the day. Thank you, everybody.